podcast episode, Building a Winning Schools Athletics Program, Lessons from the Track. Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're diving into an important topic of schools, parents, and coaches. How to build a winning schools athletics program, and more importantly, how to keep our young athletes from dropping out before they reach their full potential. Now, this is something a lot of schools struggle with. Research shows that up to 60 or 70% of kids in competitive sport will quit before they reach senior levels. Think about that for a moment. 7 out of 10. That's a huge loss. Not just for talent development, but for the confidence, fitness, and life skills sports can give. So why do they drop out? Well, there are a few big reasons. First, early specialization. When we push kids into one event too soon, say only sprinting or only doing hurdles, we limit their growth. Their bodies and brains need variety. Without it, you get stagnation, overuse injuries, and eventually burnout. Second, there's what's called the relative age effect. If a child happens to be born early in the school year, they're often more developed than their peers. That gives them an early advantage. But for the young ones in the same age group, it feels like they're not good enough, when really they're just a few months behind physically. And then of course there's motivation. If training stops being fun, if it feels like all pressure and no joy, kids lose interest. Add in academics, competing priorities, and limited opportunities, and you can see why so many walk away. But here's good news. There are solutions. What works best is encouraging multi-sports and multi-skill development. Let kids try a range of sports, soccer, swimming, cricket, and within athletics, let them explore different events, sprints, throws, jumps. That variety not only builds better all-round athletes, but it keeps training exciting. Creating the right environment is also key. Celebrate personal bests, not just podium finishes. Make training sessions active and engaging. No long waiting lines. And above all, make the team feel like a place of belonging. Because sometimes it's not medals that keep kids coming back, it's friendships. Another important point is to support late developers. Not everyone peaks at 14 or 15. Some athletes only blossom at 18 or even later. Coaches and schools need patience. The kid who struggles now could be your star athlete in a few years if you keep them motivated. Now I want to share a fantastic resource that dives even deeper into this. On the World Athletics YouTube channel, there's a video from the 3rd IAAF Under-20 Coaches Conference titled How to Prevent Dropout in Under-20 Competitive Sport. It's an eye-opener. The speaker, Will Callanan, really highlights that dropout isn't caused by one single factor. It's usually a mix of psychological, social, and biological pressures. He stresses the importance of variety in training and maintaining motivation and autonomy. I'll link that video in the show notes so you can check it out for yourself. So, to wrap up, a winning school athletics program isn't just about collecting medals in the short term. It's about building an environment where kids love sport, stay engaged, and grow as athletes and as people. If schools can focus on enjoyment, variety, and long-term development, we won't just see more kids on the track, we'll see them staying there for the long run. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a coach, a parent, or a teacher who cares about youth sport. And don't forget to subscribe for more conversations on building better programs, both on and off the track.